My wife died in a car accident. 1 year later, I saw her at a coffee shop. She was wearing sunglasses, different hair, but I'd know those hands anywhere. The way she held her cup, that small scar on her left wrist, it was her. And when she saw me staring, she ran. My name is David Castellano. I'm 42. And until that moment in the Copper Creek Cafe on 6th Street in Austin, Texas, I thought I'd buried my wife exactly 371 days ago. Sarah and I met at a tech conference in 2008. She was brilliant, a cybersecurity expert who made encryption sound like poetry. We married 2 years later, had our daughter Lennox 3 years after that. Sarah consulted for tech companies, banks, defense contractors. She'd disappear into her office for hours, emerging with that satisfied look when she'd caught a vulnerability nobody else could find. I loved her fiercely. Lennox worshipped her. Then, on March 14th, 2023, Sarah's Tesla veered off Highway 290, crashed through a guardrail, and exploded. The state trooper who came to my door said the fire was so intense there wasn't much left to identify. But her phone, her wedding ring, the vehicle registration, it was her. We buried her under an oak tree in Austin Memorial Gardens. Lennox, only 11, placed her mother's favorite book on the casket. "So she won't get bored?" she whispered. The year that followed was survival. Lennox withdrew, stopped eating properly. Some nights I'd find her sleeping in our closet, surrounded by Sarah's clothes. I threw myself into work, but nothing helped. Time just made the absence permanent. March 14th, 2024. 1 year exactly. I'd taken Lennox to therapy, then drove aimlessly downtown. Ended up at the Copper Creek Cafe because parking was easy. I was texting Lennox, "Love you, Dad," when I saw her. A woman, in line. Late 30s, auburn hair, not black like Sarah's. Sunglasses indoors. Gray blazer. She ordered, "Oat milk latte, extra hot." That voice. My phone slipped from my hands. The woman reached for her drink, and I saw her left wrist, the crescent-shaped scar from 7 years ago in a kitchen accident when our little daughter tried to help her turn pancake. Impossible! "Sarah?" My voice cracked. She froze, didn't turn. "Sarah!" She bolted, shoved past customers, her latte crashing to the floor. I chased her into the street, but she disappeared into an alley. Gone. I stood there, gasping, my mind fracturing. Had I actually seen her, or was grief finally breaking me? I went back to the cafe. The barista let me see security footage. There she was, 10:47 a.m. Different hair, but the same face, the same way of moving. It was her. I drove to her grave, stood there for 20 minutes, staring at the headstone. Sarah Michelle Castellano, 1982-2023, beloved wife and mother. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. Text. "I'm sorry you saw me. Please don't look for me. You're in danger." My blood froze. I called. Voicemail. Texted. "Sarah?" 3 dots. Then, "Yes, it's me. I'm alive, but you can't tell anyone. Not the police. No one. We buried you." "I know. It wasn't supposed to happen this way, but they tried to kill me. I barely survived." "Who tried to kill you?" "I can't explain in texts. Just know that I'm safe, and you need to act normal. Pretend you never saw me. That's insane. David, please, if they know I'm alive, they'll come for you and Lennox. I'm begging you, forget you saw me. How long? 4 months, maybe less. Then I can explain everything, I promise. The dots disappeared. I went home, but I couldn't sleep. 4 months? 4 more months of watching Lennox cry herself to sleep? No. The next morning, I started searching. Sarah's closet first. I pulled out boxes, went through pockets, checked every drawer. Nothing. Then I remembered, before the funeral, I'd taken Sarah's personal belongings to storage, her office things, her laptop. I drove to the used store on Lamar Boulevard, Unit 247. Inside were boxes, filing cabinets. And there, Sarah's laptop bag. I pulled it out, unzipped it. Empty. Wait, the laptop wasn't in the bag. I checked the other boxes. Found it. A laptop I'd never seen before. Smaller than her work computer, hidden under old tax documents. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. David, stop. Did you keep any of Sarah's belongings in this storage unit? If you did, please don't open any document. Don't take out any document or laptop from that place. They're watching your home and are aware you had been searching Sarah's belongings since yesterday. They're watching you here, right now. I froze, looked around the storage unit. Another text. Black sedan is outside the facility. They've been following you since you left home. If you take out any document or laptop, they'll assume you found something that may implicate them. They'll kill you. Who is this? A friend of Sarah's. Someone trying to keep you both alive. Come out quickly from that storage unit. If you must bring anything out, let it be something innocent. Make them think you were just reminiscing. No, I said to myself, I'm not just leaving without checking anything. My hands shook as I opened the laptop. Password protected. A clue came. The date you met your husband. I typed it, 08/14/2008. It worked. The desktop loaded. One folder. For David. Urgent. I opened it. A video file. Sarah's face filled the screen. David, if you're watching this, something has gone very wrong. 3 weeks ago, I discovered a back door in the defense systems I was auditing. Someone was selling access to foreign governments. When I traced it, I found a network, FBI agents, congressmen, corporate executives. They've been doing this for 8 years. I made a mistake. I told my colleague, Julian Moretti, that I was making copies of the evidence tonight to store in multiple locations and send to a trusted FBI agent, Graves. I trusted Julian, but he was one of them. They ambushed me on my way home, tortured me for hours trying to find where else I'd hidden the files. I told them everything was on my work laptop. They took it. They believed that was the only copy. They don't know about this laptop, the one I kept at home, the one with the same evidence, the same files, everything they think they destroyed. Then they handed me to their hired assassin, a man named Hollis Chen, to finish the job. What they didn't know was that Hollis had been investigating them independently. He's a former private investigator who'd been tracking their network for 3 years. Instead of killing me, he staged the accident, used an unclaimed body from the morgue. Let them think I was dead. We've been in hiding ever since, gathering new evidence. But the evidence that matters, the original files, the financial records, everything is on this laptop. The laptop they don't know exists, but I can't access it because of their surveillance. David, they're watching our house, watching you, waiting to see if I told you anything. That's why I couldn't contact you, why I let you bury an empty casket, why I watched from a distance at the funeral while our daughter cried. Every day without you has been agony, but keeping you alive was more important than keeping you happy. This laptop contains everything: names, transactions, video evidence. 73 people have died because of what these criminals have done. Power outages during blizzards, delayed medical supplies that killed children, leaked intelligence that got operatives murdered. If they ever notice this laptop at home, they will collect it and kill everyone in the house. Close it now and don't act as if you knew anything. They're on surveillance in the house. I love you. I love Lennox. Forgive me for all the pains. It was the only way. The video ended. I sat there, stunned. Another text. This is Hollis. I'm with Sarah. We're monitoring the surveillance team outside. They're getting suspicious about how long you've been in there. You need to leave now. Don't take anything. Get out now. My heart pounded. What if I can help? You can't. Just get out safely. That's all we need. But I couldn't. Not after watching that video. Not after seeing Sarah's face, hearing about 73 dead people. I looked at the laptop screen. The encrypted files were right there. Let's hope Google can give password clues. That's in our memories. I had time, maybe 5 minutes before they got too suspicious. My hands moved before my brain could stop them. I opened the first encrypted file, tried passwords. Lennox birthday, wrong. Our anniversary, wrong. Wait, the clue came, and it's in our memories. Location of our first kiss, Brazo Street. The file opened. A massive spreadsheet, 53 names: Congressman Peter Voss, Senator Linda Hartwell, FBI Deputy Director Marcus Reeves, dates, amounts, access codes. Holy God. Second file, the song playing when Lennox was born. Radiohead, Weird Fishes. Financial records opened. $847 million in transactions. Shell companies, foreign accounts. Third file, our wedding night. What I'd whispered when I thought Sarah was asleep. Every day with you feels like winning the lottery. Communications logs, video files, recordings of Congressman Voss casually discussing selling power grid access to China. $3 million up front, half now, half on delivery, he said on the video. I felt sick. Another text from Hollis. David, you've been in there too long. They're getting out of the car. Leave now. But I couldn't leave, not without doing something. I frantically searched the laptop, found Sarah's email account still logged in. Draft folder, multiple emails to someone named S. Graves. I opened one. The email address, sgraves.cyber@fbi.gov. Agent Simone Graves, FBI Cyber Division. This was it. The trusted FBI agent she intended sending the files to. My phone buzzed again. David, get out now! No time to think. I created a new email. Attached all 3 encrypted files. Subject, from Sarah Castellano. Alive. I have proof of everything. Body. Agent Graves. My name is David Castellano. My wife Sarah is alive and in hiding. She's been gathering evidence against a corruption network. These files contain everything. She said you're investigating them too. Please help us. My family is in danger. I hit send, closed the laptop, shoved it back under the documents, grabbed Sarah's yellow scarf from another box, walked out holding only the scarf, trying to look casual, like a man who'd just been reminiscing. The black sedan was there. 2 men got back inside the vehicle now, watching me. I held the scarf up slightly, like it meant something to me. Got in my car. My phone buzzed. "What did you do in there?" I didn't reply. Started the engine. "David, what did you do?" I texted back, "What a man can do for his loving wife." I drove straight to the cemetery. The sedan followed. I parked, walked to Sarah's grave. The men in the sedan watched but didn't get out. I tied the scarf to the oak tree branch above the headstone. Stood there for 10 minutes, head bowed, playing the grieving widow perfectly. Then I got back in my car. The sedan didn't follow this time. My phone buzzed. Hollis. Again. "They're leaving. They just radioed to their team. False alarm. Subject was retrieving sentimental item. Lover boy's just reminiscing about his dead wife. Stand down." Another text. "They're actually laughing at you, calling you pathetic." Good. Let them laugh. "David, Sarah wants to know what you did in that storage unit." "I'll tell her later. Tell her I love her, and tell her I'm sorry for not listening." "Sorry for what?" "You'll find out soon." That night, I couldn't sleep. Had I just made everything worse? What if Graves didn't believe me? What if that Graves was compromised too? At 2 a.m., my doorbell rang. I grabbed the baseball bat I kept by the bed and went downstairs. Through the peephole, 2 people in FBI windbreakers. "Mr. Castellano, FBI, we need you to open the door. You're not in trouble." I opened it slowly. A woman, sharp-eyed and intense. A man, younger, hand near his holster. "I'm Agent Simone Graves. This is Agent Ruiz. We need to get you and your daughter out of this house right now." "Why?" "Because 2 hours ago, I received an email from you containing evidence of the largest corruption case in FBI history. Evidence I've been trying to gather for 2 years. Evidence that your wife, who you said is apparently alive, has been protecting." "You believe me?" 53 gigabytes of files, Mr. Castellano. Video recordings, financial transactions, communications logs. Names of people I've suspected for years but could never prove were dirty. Her eyes were fierce. "Yes, I believe you. And now the clock is ticking. We're executing arrest warrants in 4 hours. But until then, you and your daughter are targets." My blood froze. "Lennox is upstairs, yes. Pack 1 bag. We have a safe house ready." I woke Lennox. She was confused, scared. "Dad, what's happening?" "We're going on a trip, baby. Trust me." Within 10 minutes, we were in an unmarked car, speeding toward the hill country. Graves sat in front, typing furiously on a laptop. "Mr. Castellano, I need you to understand what you did today. The evidence your wife collected is extraordinary, but without someone getting it to me, it would have stayed hidden. Sarah and Hollis couldn't risk contacting me directly. They didn't know if I was clean. You were the bridge we needed. I'm trying to get in contact with Sarah and Hollis because they're currently confused. I found out they're in a safe house 40 miles from here. They're being guarded by my team now. They don't know you sent the files yet. I'll contact them after the raids. They're going to be angry I didn't listen." Graves glanced back at me. "They're going to be grateful you were brave enough to take the risk they couldn't. The evidence your wife collected is extraordinary. Video recordings of Congressman Voss selling power grid access. Financial records showing $847 million in transactions. Communications logs proving FBI Deputy Director Reeves orchestrated cover-ups." "When can I see Sarah?" "Soon. She and Hollis Chen are being brought in as protected witnesses once the arrests are confirmed." "How many people?" 53, across 5 states. Simultaneous raids at 6 a.m. Lennox grabbed my hand. "Dad, I'm scared." "I know, baby, but it's almost over." The safe house was isolated, armed agents outside. We waited. Lennox fell asleep on the couch. I couldn't. At 5:30 a.m., Graves came into the room. We move in 30 minutes. 53 simultaneous arrests across 5 states. Mr. Castellano, I want you to know what you did today will save lives, countless lives. I just want my family back. You're about to get your wish. I just spoke with Sarah and Hollis, told them what you did. My heart stopped. Were they angry? Graves smiled. Sarah cried, said she couldn't believe you'd take that risk, said she didn't deserve you. Hollis called you either the bravest or the stupidest man he'd ever heard of, possibly both. And they're being brought in right now as protected witnesses. Once the arrests are confirmed, you'll see them. At dawn, Graves's phone rang. She answered, listened, then smiled. It's done. Every single target in custody. Congressman Voss arrested at his home. Senator Hartwell taken from her office. FBI Deputy Director Reeves pulled out of a hotel room. We got all 53. I exhaled for what felt like the first time in days. Where's Sarah? 30 minutes out. David, she hesitated. She doesn't know how to face you. Doesn't know if you can forgive her for the year of lies, for letting you grieve. There's nothing to forgive. She saved lives. Tell her that. She needs to hear it. When Sarah walked into the room, she looked terrified. More scared than in any of the danger she'd faced. David, I crossed the room and pulled her into my arms. You're alive. That's all that matters. I let you think I was dead. Let Lennox. You survived. You fought. You gathered evidence that just brought down 53 criminals. Sarah, you're a hero. I'm a coward who abandoned her family. No, you're a woman who made an impossible choice, and I'm grateful every day that you survived. I pulled back, looked at her. But I need you to remember that I failed you too. I didn't send those files because you or Hollis told me to. You both said to get out, to not take anything. I disobeyed. Her eyes widened. And that baffles me. I had been waiting for a time it could be safe to provide you with the access to the laptop contents at home. Never knew you'd take them to the storage. How did you access the files? I opened the laptop, figured out the passwords using the clues provided by Google after wrong entries. I have not forgotten any of those memories. Found Agent Graves's email address, and I sent everything. Without permission, without asking. Sarah stared at me. Then she started crying. You could have been killed if they'd seen you. I know, but I couldn't walk away. Not after seeing what they'd done. Not after hearing about 73 dead people. A man appeared in the doorway. Lean, weathered, with intelligent eyes. Hollis Chen. Mr. Castellano, you're either incredibly brave or incredibly foolish. My wife already said that. She's right, but you're also the reason this operation succeeded. Sarah and I have been gathering evidence for 13 months, but without someone getting it to Graves, we were stuck. You were the catalyst. I just did what felt right. Most people wouldn't have. Most people would have taken that scarf and run. Hollis smiled. Sarah's lucky to have you. Later, we picked up Lennox from the safe house and brought her to the federal building. She'd been sleeping when Sarah arrived. Now she was awake, confused. Agent Graves led us to a conference room. Sarah was there, standing, terrified. Lennox saw her first. Mom? Disbelieving. Small. Sarah's voice broke. Baby, it's me. Lennox didn't move. But you're dead. We buried you. I know, and I'm so sorry, but I'm here now. I'm real. tears streamed down Lennox's face. "You left me." "I had to keep you safe. You let me think you were dead for a whole year." "I know, baby, and I'll regret it every day for the rest of my life. But I'm here now, and I'm never leaving again, I promise." Lennox's face crumpled. "I missed you so much, Mom. So much." "I missed you too, every single day, every single moment." Lennox took one step, then another. Then she ran into Sarah's arms, sobbing. "Don't ever leave again. Promise me." "I promise, baby. I promise." I watched them hold each other and finally let myself cry. My family was whole again. Later, Agent Graves pulled me aside. "Hollis Chen will be commended by the Bureau, probably offered a position." I replied, "He deserves much more. What he did, refusing to kill Sarah, staging her death, protecting her for 13 months while gathering evidence, it's extraordinary. I will forever remain grateful to him." "He's a good man." I said, "He's more than that. He could have completed the job, collected his payment, walked away. Instead, he sacrificed 3 years of his life tracking these criminals. Then, when the opportunity came to actually stop them, he took it. That's rare. And please, what happens to us now? You go home. Live your lives. The trials will take years, but you'll be protected. The people who threatened you are going to prison for the rest of their lives." "That's it? That's it?" She smiled. "You're free, David. All of you. Because you were brave enough to open that laptop when everyone told you not to. Sarah and Hollis had the evidence, but you were the one who got it into the right hands. You saved this operation." "I just did what any husband would do." "No," Graves said firmly. "Most husbands would have taken that scarf and run. You stayed. You fought. You risked everything. That's not ordinary. That's heroic." 3 months later, we moved to a small house in Westlake Hills. Started over. Sarah teaches cybersecurity at UT Austin now. Says she's done chasing criminals. Lennox is still in therapy, working through complicated feelings about the mother who came back from the dead. Dr. Nguyen asked in their last session, "Do you forgive her?" Lennox thought for a long time. "Yeah. I mean, she saved people's lives. 73 people died because of what those criminals did. How many would have died if she hadn't stopped them? Hundreds? Thousands? That doesn't erase your pain." "No, but it helps me understand. She chose to save strangers over being with me. That's messed up, but it's also brave." Sarah cried when Lennox told her that. We never removed the headstone from the cemetery. Last week, we visited together, the 3 of us. Lennox placed flowers. "Goodbye, ghost mom." Sarah laughed through tears. "I wasn't a ghost. I was very much alive." "Still, it's weird having a grave for someone who's standing right next to you." "Fair point." We stood there together, the late afternoon sun filtering through the oak leaves. "Do you regret it?" I asked Sarah quietly. "Everything you sacrificed?" She looked at Lennox, then at me. "I regret the pain I caused you both, but no, I don't regret stopping them. 73 people died, David. 12 of them were children waiting for transplant organs that never arrived because someone delayed a flight for money. If I could go back, I'd do it again." even knowing what it would cost? Especially knowing what it would cost, because the alternative was standing by while people died, and I couldn't live with that. I pulled her close. You're insufferable, you know that? I learned from the best. Lennox rolled her eyes. You two are so weird. We know, baby, Sarah said, pulling her into the hug. We know. People ask me what it was like, seeing my dead wife in a coffee shop. I tell them the truth. It was like the world splitting open. Like everything I thought I knew was suddenly a lie. But then I found out why, and the why changed everything. Sarah didn't abandon us. She saved us, saved strangers, gave up a year of her life so that others could keep theirs. Would I have chosen differently if I'd known? Maybe. But she didn't give me that choice. She made the hard decision alone in that moment when her killers handed her to a hired assassin, when she had seconds to live or die. And she chose to live, to fight, to gather evidence that would bring down 53 corrupt officials and prevent countless future deaths. So no, I'm not angry. I'm grateful. Grateful that Hollis Chen was a better man than the people who hired him. Grateful that I found that laptop. Grateful that Agent Graves believed me. And grateful that love, real, complicated, painful love, was strong enough to survive death itself. Even when the death was fake. Last night, Lennox asked me, Dad, if you could go back to that day in the coffee shop, would you chase her, or would you let her run? I thought about it, about the chain of events that followed, about the risk, about everything that could have gone wrong. I'd chase her, every single time, because she's worth fighting for. Lennox smiled. Good answer. Sarah overheard from the kitchen, came out, kissed my forehead. She whispered, Thank you for not giving up on me, for finding the evidence, for being brave when I needed you to just stay safe. We're a team, always have been. Even when I was dead, especially then. If you made it to this minute, you're part of an elite group. Most people scroll after 30 seconds, but you stayed for the truth, the suspense, the emotion. That tells me you're the exact person this channel is for. Please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. We're at literally 5 videos with 0 subscribers. Yes, really. Nestor Tales is a brand new channel committed to bringing you the most gripping, true stories. Subscribe and help us grow together. Drop an emoji in the comments if this story gave you chills. Share this with one person who loves true crime or real stories. Let's build something special here at Nestor Tales. One story, one subscriber at a time. Are you with me? Thank you.